Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, we're going to be going over some of the newest stuff to come out about Jurassic World Dominion. Now that filming is officially resumed, it looks like Colin Trevorrow's latest Dinosaur movie is getting back into the groove of things. And some of the actors on set have recently shared some pretty cool insight about what they're currently working on. So, in what seemed like a pretty normal post by Bryce Dallas Howard, the actor made a small remark about how happy she was to get back to working with Chris Pratt, since that guy always seemed to make her laugh. And he replied pretty quickly by telling her to show the fans some of the bruises that she'd recently gotten on set while filming. Bryce put up pictures of said bruises after that and showed us a good look at how intense some of the recent stunt work for Jurassic World Dominion has been to her in just the last few days alone. Personally, I think this is interesting for quite a few reasons, but first and foremost, it obviously tells us that Bryce is going to be doing some of the stunt work herself in the new movie. I know that Chris Pratt tends to like doing most of his own stunts if he actually can. For example, he really did do the somersault jump out of the truck in Fallen Kingdom, and he even got an elbow injury from it if I remember correctly. However, I didn't really expect Bryce to be the one getting injured on set. I guess with all of the news of the cast getting expanded upon and the whole shutdown being a thing, I've actually not had a lot of time to really think about what kind of dangers these characters would be getting into in a long while, but apparently something happens to Claire Dearing where she at least has to shoot some sort of legit physical scene. All things considered, the bruises are pretty large and those don't just show up for no reason on somebody's body, so whatever the scene entailed, it had to put the character through something pretty intense. Also, coming directly from one of the actors on set, Sam Neill recently gave us a small bit of insight into the Alan Grant character for the new movie. You see, recently, somebody asked Sam just why Dr. Grant would get back into the fray of handling dinosaurs after his last two experiences with the animals nearly killed him. And Sam actually gave a pretty interesting response that sheds a bit of light onto how Alan Grant will be portrayed in the new film. That's a good question, the actor answered. I can't give anything away, but a real-life dinosaur is a compelling thing to someone who has devoted his life to them. And there will be screaming. We know this. So I guess right there, Sam Neill has let us know that at least from a certain point of view at some point in his life, Alan Grant still has a deep love and appreciation for these animals that he's obviously studied in The Rock for decades. Now, the reason this is so interesting is because if we go back to the way the character was handled in Jurassic Park 3, Dr. Grant didn't exactly feel too happy about being around those dinosaurs on Site B at all. This was something that a lot of fans found odd, since his character went out of his way to distinguish the dinosaurs as animals and not monsters in the first Jurassic Park. However, at some point down the line, he did resort to calling them monsters in JP3. Also, the original version of that script had Dr. Grant living on the island to study the dinosaurs. So yeah, that third film did have a slight shift in character perspective when compared to the first movie. Obviously, his experience on Isla Sorna more than likely changed him, and while we don't know much about his life after that trip to the island in 2001, I think it's safe to say that he feels a little bit differently now. If Sam Neill's words are to be taken into consideration for Jurassic World Dominion, we're going to be getting an Alan Grant that is quite compelled to studying the real thing after he spent years studying what's been fossilized in the rock, which is definitely something that I can't wait to see expanded upon in the new movie. Anyways guys, what do all of you think about this information? What do you think about Sam Neill's words on Alan Grant, and how do you think Bryce Dallas Howard got those bruises on set? Maybe a scene that involves a dinosaur of some kind, or possibly an action sequence involving Claire? It's gotta be one or the other. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it seriously means the world to me that you all continue to support what I do, and I never want you to ever forget that. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video, and hope that you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.